It's 6 o'clock.
Touch goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Washington State Sports Network. This is the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show is brought to you by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is a proud supporter of Cougar athletics. Together, there's nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zeppoz, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Now with Coach Kamie Ethridge, here's your host, Steve Grubbs.
Well, thank you very much, and a very pleasant good evening, everybody. We welcome you to Zeppoz for the final scheduled Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge as we are getting set for the postseason. And once again, joined by the Cougar head coach, Kamie Ethridge, coming off of a 57-49 win in Malibu on Thursday, and with that, a 19th win of the season for the Washington State University Cougars.
Right, yeah.
And now we get ready to go in search of win number 20. And
21,
Vegas,
22.
And then, yes, 21 and 22 to win the thing in Vegas.
Yep.
And again, with us is head coach Kamie Ethridge. And again, coach, as we've seen all season long.
What a great crowd.
What a great crowd to wrap things up here on a Monday.
These people, they're awesome.
Really.
Our people.
Yes,
right?
they are.
Yeah.
We did have just the one game. It happened Thursday in Pepperdine, and a lot to get to today. We will talk not only about the game against Pepperdine, we'll talk about the upcoming West Coast Conference tournament. We're going to have a special guest up here with us today. Any guesses as to who it might be?
I know.
You do? It's Tara Wallack. Is that what I've been told?
Well, it just felt like we had to bring Tara back after her senior night and just her vision for us the rest of the season and her experience. And couldn't have a better person, speaking about her program and just what she wants for this team the rest of the way. I mean, it's pretty urgent when you listen, and I think her voice needs to be listened to at this point.
Absolutely. So we'll have her. We'll, of course, have some questions for not only the head coach, but also Tara Wallack. I've actually gotten some questions already that we'll be getting to, but if you've got a question either for the senior Tara Wallack or for the coach, come on up, grab a slip of paper, and we'll get all into it. We'll talk about the bracket and, of course, potential matchups for Washington State. Let's get into Thursday. Again, just one game down in Malibu. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, defended really well throughout the entire day, and most importantly picked up a win 57-49. Just your thoughts on Thursday in Malibu.
If y'all know me at all, you understand that we're probably not that happy with that performance. Defensively, lots of good things that did happen. Just put ourselves, when you shoot the ball that poorly, when you execute kind of questionably, you put yourself in position to be in games. I mean, it doesn't take much for a team that's probably a little bit lesser than you to stay in the game and get hot and make a big basket, and all of a sudden it's a tight game and anyone can win those. Proud of how we responded, made some big plays, got a little separation in the third quarter, and then finished it out. So lots of good lessons to learn, but man, it's just hard. When the ball doesn't go in the basket, finding ways to score anyway, we've got to continue to improve that. Some things that we're trying to work on this week to put ourselves in a little bit better position to draw some fouls and get to the foul line and put our better athletes in better positions to score.
When you went back and you looked at the tape, did you like the shots that you got for the most part and they just didn't fall, or did you think we could do a better job of finding better shots in that contest?
A little bit of both. But for sure, I mean, I think we were 1 of 7 in the first quarter from 3, and most of them were just wide open.
Right.
Again, just it's been our nemesis a little bit this year. We got to knock those down. If we're going to beat people long term, if you're going to put yourself in positions to win, I mean, you got to be able to get 9 and 10 and maybe even 11 threes in a game. And we're kind of stuck on 6 or 5 or something like that sometimes. So again, we got good shooters. We're spending a lot of time this week getting in the gym and working on shooting. Isolations at the high post. I mean, just some things that we think that can put our players in really great positions to be effective and, again, stretch us a little bit more and put our best players in the best position on the floor.
Speaking of which, that does kind of lead us into our next question. This week in practice, you were talking about practice. Your situation is not knowing which team you play next. Do you work your team primarily against unknown snipers or against multiple team sets, or how do you kind of know? Because, again, if you look at the bracket, and, again, the Cougars get a bye all the way until Sunday. In case you didn't know, hopefully you did already, but in case you didn't, number 3 seed will play at 2 o'clock on Sunday. That's at ESPN Plus. Make your way down to Vegas if you want to come down. The men will play Saturday night. We'll play Sunday afternoon. It'll be St. Mary's versus the winner of either Pacific, Pepperdine, or San Diego. Pepperdine and San Diego play Thursday. Winner of that matchup takes on Pacific. The winner of that matchup takes on St. Mary's, and then we play the winner out of all of those. So, again, 3 games have to kind of figure out what is going to happen before we know who we're going to play. You've got 4 possible opponents. How do you attack that as you're going through practice today? Is it more about us than the opponents? And then kind of take us through what you guys are doing.
Well, again, I think we kind of got fortunate in who is in our bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, we played Portland twice. It wasn't that long ago. We know them very, very well. So yesterday we put our practice guys in their numbers. Mm-hmm. Mark was in a number, and so we had the guys kind of practice some of Portland stuff just because it's kind of a day that you can just play around with.
Sure.
and put the guys in some situations. Loved the practice yesterday after having 2 days off. I thought the kids came in just really, really fresh and lively and had a really good practice yesterday. Came back today and worked on Pacific. I don't know. We don't know. We're just guessing, just like everybody else.
Uh-huh.
They're the ones that we haven't played in a while.
Right.
So, a little bit of refresher. We probably watched, 20 or 25 clips of Pacific, and they've got a couple of key players of just refreshing our kids' minds. Pacific, and then we'll probably spend a tiny bit on St. Mary's in one of these next 2 days. And again, St. Mary's, we just played, had a good game against them, but we don't know who we're going to play. So probably one day of everybody, and then figure out the last day that we have a free for all. But really, this is so much about how do we squeeze a little bit more out of us offensively? How do we get a little bit more effective on what we're doing? Emphasizing the things that are getting us beat. Transition D, I was disappointed with how we did against Pepperdine, against that. That's going to come back and bite us. Rebounding continues to be a real struggle. We're putting the bubble. I don't know if y'all know the little bubble. It's a little smaller rim on the court, and so the practice guys shoot against the smaller rim, and they get double or triple points depending on what size of rim they have on. So we compete against them, and pretty much it means any long shot's going to be almost a miss. So guaranteed you got to get some rebounds. So do little things like that are just keeping us sharp and making sure that we're not those things that keep biting us a little bit. We got to keep cleaning up and being better with. So it's so much more about what are we going to be by this time of the year. You can't change who you are too much, and you got to be really effective in how you want to play. I've liked it because, without Alex, we actually haven't had Candace for 2 days. She has a little bit of shoulder bruise, and she'll be, I think, back tomorrow. But Alex will be back tomorrow into practice. So we're pretty excited about Alex coming back to practice and getting cleared to play. Now all of a sudden, but we've spent some time just being really small on the court, and so and that's a good thing for us. I think there's going to be times when we can be small, and because of those 2 players that we haven't had, it's forced us to do that at times. So I think ultimately long term, I think we're in a good spot because we've had to practice and had to be a little bit different, and that's what makes you hard to guard against when you get against people. We can go small, we can go really, really big, and so I think our kids at this point are pretty comfortable with what we want to do and how to play, and in any position that we put them in, they're going to be pretty good at.
Again, just getting things started tonight. The Cougars, number 3 seed. They'll play 2 o'clock on what will be Sunday afternoon. So they will be in the quarterfinals. So looking forward to that with Washington State. We'll talk more about the tournament. We'll talk more with Kamie Ethridge. We're going to bring up the senior Tara Wallack. All of it happening here live from Zeppoz as we're just getting things started. Glad to have you with us. It's your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics. The airport connects Cougar fans and alums with over 50 daily departures to 18 nonstop destinations provided by 6 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
The tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Pac-12 Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/Pac-12 Sports.
Hi, I'm Hannah Harrison.
And I'm Garrett Harrison. We are student athletes on your Washington State golf teams.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home?
We recommend Krista Gross, a multi-award-winning realtor and devoted Cougar fan. Krista brings the same passion and dedication to real estate as she does cheering on the Cougs.
Her clients rave about her exceptional service. Just check out her online reviews. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com. Go Cougs.
Looking sharp has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, we welcome you back here to Zeppoz. It is your Cougar Basketball Hour with head coach of Washington State University Basketball, Kamie Ethridge, as the Cougars getting set for the quarterfinals Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Again, 4 different opponents that the Cougars could be facing off against. Again, Pepperdine versus San Diego will lead things off on Thursday. Winner of that game to get Pacific on Friday. Winner of that game will get St. Mary's on Saturday. And then the Cougars will enter into the fray on Sunday for what will be a quarterfinal matchup. Did you get a chance to watch some of the action? We were early Thursday, or just kind of follow along with some of the action. I mean, there was some interesting stuff Thursday and Saturday, which makes for what should be a really interesting West Coast Conference tournament.
Well, I think San Francisco's playing great basketball. I think Oregon State's playing better than they've played all year. That other bracket, I mean, I think both those teams have beaten Gonzaga, and one of them, I think San Francisco might have swept them.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting in that top bracket. I think that was the teams that are super, super hot. That's not to say Pacific played Portland unbelievably great. We were just talking about that. Portland shot 56 free throws.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't know how you defend that, except, I've been watching the game, and Pacific fouled them a lot. But they were 48 of 56 from the foul line.
Wow.
And so and 7 people I think fouled out, or 5 people fouled out, and 3 others had 4. I mean, I don't know what you do with Portland, but again, that's a game for a little bit further. But we'll just sit back and enjoy the show and see who we have to play and really work on us and know that you can't have any slip-ups now. This is if you want to make the NCAA tournament, you got to have 3 great basketball games in a row.
As you get ready for the tournament, obviously we've been in tournaments before. You here at Washington State, the Pac-12 tournament, and then on into what was the West Coast Conference tournament for this season. Is there any secret sauce when it comes to postseason basketball, as far as you need to do this to win, or is every game just kind of different? In other words, I know, and again, part of my growing up was, okay, control the things that you can control. And so, defense and rebounding were things that we really preached going in towards postseason, because those are things you can control. With effort, you can go out and you can get the rebound. You can play defensively. Not 100% sure of the way the shots are going to fall, but you can control rebounding and defense. Is there a secret sauce, or is every game kind of just a little bit different?
Well, I wish I could just present a great winning percentage in postseason, but I don't think I can do that. But I do think the teams that advance the most are physical. Mm-hmm. So that's something we've talked about a lot. We haven't always liked the physicality of certain teams. San Francisco plays really physical. There's teams that are a little bit more physical than others. So, I think you have to handle physicality. And then I think you just, you have to, everybody's trying to be built a certain way. You can live on threes if you're built that way. You can live in the post if you're built that way. I think the good news for us is I think we can play a little bit different, and I like the versatility of how we can play. We cannot live on threes and finesse and 5 people standing around watching one player shoot. We've got to rebound the basketball better. We've got to attack the rim a little bit better. We've got to try to get to the free throw line a little bit more than we have. But, we at this point, you're not going to change your colors too much. You're going to be who you are. And I like us. I still think we have young players that are going to get better. I want our players to walk into situations, and that's going to be a lot on AT and Tara, and they're here tonight. I mean, you got to go fearless into those things. You can't be afraid to win. You can't be afraid to lose. You can't be afraid of the big moment. You got to be fearless and have fun and have some joy with what you're doing. And like you said, control the things that you can control and let it fly and live with whatever happens after that. We got to have a little bit of that in us because we can't be tight, and you can't walk into every situation and go, you got to make every shot, because it's not going to be that way. You got to respond the right way and be really good basketball players and good teammates.
We're in the postseason mode. It does get underway for the West Coast Conference Tournament on Thursday. We'll begin on Sunday. A lot more with the head coach. I'm going to go ahead and let you go talk with some people, maybe get some food, some water.
Let's get Tara up here.
Let's talk to the lone senior, Tara Wallack.
Our favorite senior. Let's talk to our favorite senior.
Our favorite senior. We'll hear from her next. Glad to have you with us live from Zeppoz. It's your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge from Learfield.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline 4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppoz. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppoz is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppoz.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppoz.
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs.
Well, we welcome you back here to Zeppoz. Let's hear it for the lone senior for Washington State University, Tara Wallack, making her way up to the stage as we get a chance to spend a couple of segments with Tara, and again, getting you set for the West Coast Conference Tournament. Tara, first of all, great to have you back up here on the stage. Great to have you with us tonight. How are you doing? And again, lone senior on this team. What's it been like this season for you?
It's been different, kind of out of my comfort zone being the lone senior, but it's been great. It's been fun, and it's just been an exciting season.
What was senior week, I guess we can call it, since we had 2 games and we ended up picking up wins in both of those games on Thursday and Saturday. What was that like for you? And then the senior day celebration of having your family there, having your brother on hand to watch you, having friends that maybe hadn't seen you either forever as far as a game at Pullman or whatever. So how many messages did you get in the inbox on senior day and things like that? Kamie Ethridge wants to know.
I couldn't even tell you, just so many. And I went through after the game and read them all. And, I cried so much at the gym, and I cried even more when I got home. So just thank you to everyone who left me one. It was just so incredible to read, and thank you.
Yeah, again, if you missed it for Senior Day, what we did is we had the fans on hand at Beasley Coliseum write messages to Tara to tell her either how much they appreciated about her or just whatever. And just as we're reading through those, what did it mean to you to just kind of see, wow, these people, I mean, I know that you're a basketball player, and you see them up in the stands, but just their heartfelt emotions written down on pen and paper for you.
Yeah, it's kind of indescribable, the feeling and the support that, I get seeing you guys watch the games, but also the support that you put into those letters. And, I'm going to keep those for as long as I can and bring them back home to Canada. So you guys will always be with me.
What's this emotional road for you been like as you are now seeing, again, the regular season come to an end? Now you get ready for the West Coast Conference Tournament, hoping that there's an NCAA tournament at the end of things. As you're getting set for this week in Vegas, just take us through what it's been like for you emotionally and how you prepare and again, how you're kind of going through this as a senior.
Yeah, I think it's still hard to believe this is coming up to the last couple of months of my college career, but I think it's just an incredible opportunity to just leave everything on the court. And this week in Vegas is going to be a great test to the team and what we can do and everything we've worked towards this season going into the tournament. So I'm just super excited, and it's everything we've trained for, so we're going to leave everything on the court next week.
You've got a somewhat new team this season with a lot of freshmen, the international players. Again, and this program has always had a lot of international players, but now some more freshman international players. What's it been like to be around some of these kids? And I mean, not that you're old by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, these are obviously kids that are coming in their very first season. You go back to your first season at Washington State. What's it been like with some of these new teammates that you've been able to get to know over this past season?
Yeah, I try to think back to my freshman year, and I couldn't even tell you what happened because everything was just a whirlwind. So I'm trying to understand what they're going through, being so far away from home. But it's just a fun time with those freshmen. They're stressing about school and all these other things, and I'm in, my class is self-defense and Pilates. So I'm just trying to understand their lifestyle and my lifestyle, and all of them are from all different parts of the world, so understanding where they come from, their culture, and they have their little English mess ups, and I'll laugh at them, and it's been really fun.
Yeah. Again, Tara Wallack with us, lone senior for Washington State University. Got the win in Pepperdine. 19 wins on the season. Now getting set for the West Coast Conference Tournament. We're going to keep you for one more segment. That's okay, right?
Yes,
we'll keep her for one more segment. We'll come back. Got some more fan questions. If you got another one, bring them on up here. Tara Wallack, lone senior, joining us for one more segment. We'll be back with it next. This is Cougar Basketball and the Cougar Coaches Hour with Kamie Ethridge and our lone senior, Tara Wallack, all from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway.
Thank you.
And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, you say, I want some breakfast. Your so-called boyfriend says, we got eggs in the fridge. Obviously, when you say breakfast, you mean McDonald's. Definitely a side-eye situation.
And now it's a BOGO situation with buy one, get one for $1 on Sausage McMuffin, burritos, hash browns, and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, I'm Sada Torres.
And I'm Olivia Sloma. We're student athletes on your Washington State rowing team.
When it comes to real estate, you need a champion on your side. Someone like Krista Gross.
She knows the market, fights for her clients, and always goes the extra mile, just like a true Coug.
Whether you're buying or selling, Krista makes the process smooth, stress-free, and even fun.
Support her because she supports us.
You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K. KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs!
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Well, we are back. We are live from Zeppoz. Again, Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge. And again, our lone senior on the team, Tara Wallack, joining us. Tara, I know you've been here last year. You've been here for some of the shows this season. Again, how about this crowd that comes out every Monday night? And it's always a full house here at Zeppoz. And see them supporting your program. What's that like for you? And just to kind of know that you've got this kind of support in Pullman.
I mean, it's incredible. I see the same faces at the games and same faces here, so it's just the constant support for the team and the 4 years I've been here, so it's just amazing, and I can feel the support and the love, and I'm just so forever grateful.
When you look back at it and look back at your 4 years here at Washington State, just you've heard some of the things, once a Coug, always a Coug. What are some of the things that you're going to take away? And we want your career to go as long as it can go, and we want it to be into the NCAA tournament. But as you look back at your time here at Washington State, what are some of your fondest memories? Is it with your teammates? Is it a special place on campus? I mean, Pullman is a place that if you haven't been to and then you come here, people all of a sudden they get it. Do you now get what it is to be a Coug?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if people know this, but when I first committed, I never visited the campus because it was during COVID. So, you know, you talk about once a Coug, always a Coug. I didn't understand that. But now, soon to be graduating from here, Pullman is one of the most special places I've ever visited. And, you know, it's the teammates that make that. It's the coaches, it's you guys, the community. So Pullman is just, it's been my home away from home for the last 4 years, and it will always be my second home. So it's just been incredible, and I keep saying this, but I'm just forever grateful for this place.
Well, we're forever grateful that you chose to come to Pullman. On the video feed, they're showing some of the graphics of some of your stats, not only for this season, top 5 in so many different categories on this team. And then when you take a look at the career numbers, top 15 in points, top 10 in rebounds, games played, you're right up there now, right behind only Bella and Ula in games played. Same thing when it comes to games started at Washington State University, minutes played at Washington State University. Block shots, you're second, only behind Bella. Is there one that you're most proud of, or just the fact that you're that versatile that you're on that many lists that makes you the most proud?
Yeah, I think looking back my freshman year, I don't know if I would have believed this if you told me that to my 17, 18-year-old self, but I think I just have to give credits to Coach E and Lori for always believing in me and taking the, as Coach E likes to say, the one-dimensional player who only had a right hand, would never shoot the three, into a versatile player who can do a lot of things on the court, but also defense. I think the blocking shots is the nice thing I like to do, and I'm happy Bella is the one ahead of me because it's nice to have a teammate that you played with and for so many years. So, yeah, it's just incredible feeling to know that I'll be in the record books for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a few questions here from some of our people that are here in the audience. Looking back at your career so far, what are some of the best choices you've made, either as a scholar, an athlete, or as a Coug? What are some of the best choices?
Just definitely buying into the whole process. I don't think I knew what it was going to be like being at this level in this lifestyle. It was definitely something I had to adapt to freshman year, and I'm just super proud of how I came over those challenges. And I didn't think I was going to be a student scholar athlete or any of those things or getting the grades that I did, but I'm just super proud of how I worked this hard, and also just on the court doing the extra workouts, doing whatever I need to do to improve each year. And I think it definitely showed by my senior year.
There's no doubt about that. Again, tremendous athlete, tremendous basketball player, tremendous in the classroom as well. What is your favorite class? Do you have many classes right now? Because you're graduated, right, as far as your degree? And what's your favorite class, or what was your favorite class? And talk to us about where you're at school-wise.
Yeah, right now since I'm going to graduate with an advertising degree, I took a lot of communication classes. But I finished all those in the fall, so right now I got the chance to do a Pilates class and self-defense. So watch out. But also last semester, I took a wine tasting class, and that was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about different wines, so ask me about that too. I got some things. But yeah, I'm just very fortunate about the different classes that I got to take, and never even would have known that was a class here at WSU. And I often tell my friends back in Canada what classes I'm in, and they're like, what? So it's just been super fun. And yeah, especially for my last semester here, it's been a lot of fun.
I've gotten a chance, and I got a chance to talk to your parents. Super people, by the way. I love not only this kid, but I love your entire family, and what a special pair of parents you have. What's it been like to have them go on this journey with you this last season?
Yeah, I mean, all the kids are out the house, so they have no excuse not to miss a game. But yeah, they've definitely made an emphasis on coming to way more games this year, and I'm just forever grateful for them because, they were athletes growing up in college, and they kind of dropped everything for my brothers and I growing up. I got to play any sport that I wanted growing up, and that kind of gave me the opportunity to grow as a person and an individual, but also just meet new people and create new connections. And my parents have been there every step of the way, and they were there my senior night, they were there my first freshman game, and yeah, they've just been by my side. I know they're watching this. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. They're in Palm Springs right now, enjoying the sun. They're going to drive to Vegas, so they'll be there. But yeah, I love you both.
That's awesome. What are your goals for basketball after WSU is another question that we got for you.
Yeah, the plan is to continue playing basketball for as long as I can. My mom, that's another reason I love my parents so much. They always said that basketball is my job, so they never made me get a job, neither my brothers growing up. So basketball was the focus, and it's going to continue and just grow the love for the sport for me. And I think playing overseas is the next goal, playing for my national team. My end goal with my career is going to the Olympics and hopefully LA 2028. That's the goal for that, whether that's 3x3 or 5-on-5. And then just also what Bella got last year, the WNBA training contract. That's another goal of mine to try to get. So yeah, a lot of basketball left in me, and I'm not ending that anytime soon because I have no plan B. Okay. Maybe some Pilates but on the side. But yeah, basketball for sure is what I'm going to continue to do.
Absolutely. Who is the best ping pong player on our team, including the staff? Are you in the running for that? And then
yeah. I definitely made Lori ask this. Not to brag, but only Lori has beaten me, and actually AT's here. AT and I played Coach E and Lori, and we won by quite a lot, and they're still mad to this day. So ask them about that game.
I'm going to ask Kamie about that when she comes back out here, and if there's a grudge match coming anytime soon. Was it close, or did he destroy him?
I think we destroyed them from what I remember. I just remember Coach E getting so mad, hitting herself with the paddle. But I It was so, like, I peed myself laughing. It was, like, the best night ever.
Again, we were visiting with, Cougar senior Tara Wallack, having such a fun time with her here. Again, as we get ready for this conference tournament, just the way you think this team is playing and preparing as we get ready for this next week, as we start to get to business and get to work on Sunday, as we get to, again, any one of 4 different teams that we could play coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, I think the WCC conference and tournament is just a really cool opportunity because no one on the team has played in it before. Even though the upperclassmen and sophomores have played in the Pac-12, no one will really know what to expect, but we know that if we lose, we go home, and that's not what's going to happen. So we're going to keep winning, and everyone has the same mindset. And this week's practices are really important because we don't know who we're going to play, so each day is really important on the scout and who we're focusing on that day. So it takes a lot of discipline, but the freshmen are ready, the sophomores are ready, AT's ready, AT. But yeah, everyone's ready, everyone's excited, and we're going to come home with another championship for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You were in LA for that Pac-12 championship. As a matter of fact, you were a pretty integral part of that Pac-12 championship, especially towards the end. I think you made a big free throw. I think you made a big defensive stop at the end. What do you remember from that run in Los Angeles and winning that championship?
Oh, I don't even know. It's just like a fever dream thinking about it. You know, every time we have a little reunion with that core group, we watch the Pac-12 finals on YouTube, and we're like, wow, that's what we did, what we accomplished. And I think that's also just motivation going into this conference tournament because we have achieved that before and we can do it again. And it's just a super special experience. And I think the freshmen, you know, I'm nervous, the freshmen are nervous, but it's a good nervous, and that just means we care so much, and it's going to be a really good tournament.
How special is this young lady, ladies and gentlemen? Tara Wallack, lone senior on the team. Thank you so much for joining us, Tara. Thank you for spending your career at Washington State University. Let's give her a big hand as she exits the stage, everybody. Tara Wallack, part of your Cougar Basketball Hour, right here from Learfield.
You may be eager to break ground on a new outdoor project, but never just start digging. Buried electric and natural gas lines can be anywhere. It's the law to call 811 at least 2 business days before you dig. Spray paint white lines showing your dig zone, and a crew will mark the utility lines. Mark accuracy zone is within 2 feet of the mark, so always hand dig to expose the line first. Call 811 before you dig. The service is free for residential customers. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Bro, you go hard for the WSU Cougs.
What do you mean?
You're literally wearing a Coug jersey that you bought from the Coug store with your Coug debit card. And you don't stop talking about how every time you use your card, GISA donates to the Cougar Athletic Fund.
I guess I do go pretty hard for my Cougs.
If you go hard for your Cougs, get your WSU card today at GISA.com. Go Cougs!
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Hannah Harrison.
And I'm Garrett Harrison. We are student athletes on your Washington State golf teams.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home?
We recommend Krista Gross, a multi-award-winning realtor and devoted Cougar fan. Krista brings the same passion and dedication to real estate as she does cheering on the Cougs.
Her clients rave about her exceptional service. Just check out her online reviews. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Well, we welcome you back here to Zeppoz as the applause has just wrapped up for Tara Wallack, and now we get it back as Coach Ethridge making her way back to the stage. And how about a standing ovation for your lone senior from our fans here, and a well-deserved standing ovation for her.
Obviously it's hard to follow that, so don't be too disappointed in my performance after that. So
Again, we mentioned.
And let's just talk about ping pong.
Okay, let's get to that. You lost to AT and
I
Tara.
am the weak link. I will say, it's my ping pong table, and I never practice, and I need to practice, especially to get that kind of challenge. But I want to take it a step further, and we want to challenge them in pickleball.
Oh.
And then we will see who will be truly bamboozled in pickleball. And we'll let everybody know how that turns out.
Okay.
And who's hitting the head.
Okay.
But I will admit, Lori's really good, Tara's really good, AT is okay, and I'm bad. I mean, higher end of what is our team.
Okay.
AT's up there, but Tara and Lori have the best games, I think, and they go back and forth. And I don't know who's won recently, but you don't want me as a partner.
You don't go back and look at yourself on tape and study your shot and things like that.
No, I just need to stay away from it and let them play. Okay. And she didn't brag on herself on the rock band, but she has her own song in rock band that the whole team does, like the lights and everything. We turn down the lights and she sings the One Direction song. So she's got, I don't know what we're going to do. We're retiring that song because that's only Tara's song. So she's quite the talent.
Yeah, talent on the court, off the court. How about this young lady that you've gotten to know? Again, she came here without even visiting the campus, as she mentioned, during COVID, and just kind of take us through that recruiting process and then what you've seen from her, really from the day she stepped foot on campus to where she's at now, not only as a basketball player, but as a young lady.
Well, you can just hear it in her voice. I think we had a picture of her, committing to us on a Zoom, and she's just wearing a little Washington State shirt, and obviously Jess was a big her best friend that was here before her, and they played together in club and knew each other, and so that was obviously and right above us, so it was a great advantage to have that in our program, to have Jess in our program. But the talent of Tara, you just saw this great athlete who, could do anything in high school and had a great coach in high school, really won, which most kids do. And then they get to college and then all of a sudden it's like you can't score as easy and the game is harder and practices are harder and coaches yell more and you run for mistakes and you're not in shape. And you thought you were in shape and you thought it would be okay. And just the growth of changing her body, and getting more committed to the training, the off seasons, the time that you have to spend in away from the coaches. It's not during practice. It's your own practice. It's getting in the gym with Lori. It's training better. It's eating better. It's and we talk about it all the time. Light bulbs come on at different times for all of us when you're 18 to 22 and most of us made just stupid decisions at 18 and 19, and then you wish you'd done something different, and you wish you'd been more committed to it. And Tara just got better and better and better. And then I was just so proud of the decision she made to stay this past summer and to be with this young team and to commit to helping this young group get ready for a season, and her to be the lone senior and the voice and the example and just she spoke for us, and that's when you got things going in the right direction, is when your seniors speak about your culture, their demand of everybody else to rise to the occasion and to, play to the standard, practice to the standard, treat each other to the standard, be a great teammate, all of those things, be a great student. What a great example. She would tell the younger players the rules of first day in class. You got to sit in the first 3 rows. You got to do this and this and this. And the pride that she feels, like, don't mess it up. All of us have been women's basketball players, and we've got great reputations with our professors. We don't want a freshman to come in here and all of a sudden be a rotten little kid that doesn't do their work. And so the pressure, good pressure that they put on younger players and the example that they are, again, I just think so much of Tara, and I think what she had to do this year as being the lone senior, is the hardest thing ever. And I just think she stepped up to the challenge and was as good as anyone could be. And we just have to send her off with the best possible send-off that we can, and that's winning 3 games in a row and advancing to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I still think that's so cool what you guys did with those messages from the fans at Beasley, that she was able to go back and look at those after the game and see that from the fans. And speaking of her leadership, we see it on the court. What about her off the court? And you've talked about it in the classroom and things like that. Has that been maybe the last step of her evolutionary process? Because you talked to her about it as a freshman, where she was open and it was like, I'm open. Whoa, this kind of blows my mind that I'm open. And now to where she had to take on leadership responsibilities, and maybe that was outside of her comfort zone a little bit, but she's done a heck of a job with it this season, both on the court and off the court.
Well, I mean, we had a moment where there was a little, if you can imagine it, girls on a team with a little bit of drama, some drama on the team, and somebody said something and they got this, and freshmen are getting this, and I mean, you can just imagine what happens with a bunch of girls on a team, and you're always going to have it. And there was a moment where, I asked her, I was like, do I need to help you? Do I need to help you be in the room and talk? And she was like, no, I'm good. I can take on any challenge, anyone that's going to come at me. I know what I'm going to say. I know what I stand for. I know what this program's about. I'm going to tell them this is how we do things. And it was all her, and she hadn't had to do that. She sat around and watched, older players and a big group of seniors and watched and learned from those guys. And then she stepped into that role and just said, that's what seniors do. That's what great leaders do. That's what people who have been through the kind of the wars and everything that and come out on the other side. That's someone that's won games for us and has done it the right way and has grown her character and grown her game and been consistent and turned into the most consistent player we have. She's done all those things, so she has the biggest voice, and she stepped into that moment and could handle it and didn't care. I told her that, when you get to that point in life where, and especially in leadership positions, it's more important to be right and to stand on what's right than it is to be liked. Mm-hmm. And that's really hard for girls at that age where you're chasing after hoping that people like you. And she was like, I don't care if you like me or not. This is how we do things. And that's leadership.
Absolutely.
That's Tara Wallack.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take another break. When we come back, more with Coach Ethridge to Cougar Basketball Hour from Zeppoz, live from Learfield.
Nothing works up an appetite like cheering for your Cougs on game day. So why not cheer them on at Northern Quest with an impressive roster of restaurants and lounges? You can tackle the menu at Epic and catch every play on the 10 by 30-foot screen. Or grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, even a burger from Fat Burger. For your inner linebacker. See more at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through! Yeah.
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smartertogether. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Caden Wickersham, a pitcher on your Washington State University Cougar baseball team. I want to tell you about Krista Gross, a big supporter of mine. She's someone who's always there, helping me without being asked. Krista makes sure I have what I need to succeed, and she'll do the same thing for you. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, trust someone with a big heart and a winning track record. Find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
I'm Krista Gross, your lifelong realtor. Find me online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs.
Looking sharp has never been this much fun. Pullman's #1 barbershop, the Pullman Man Shop, is more than just haircuts. It's an experience. Our seasoned barbers deliver precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and real straight razor hot towel shaves that'll leave you looking and feeling your absolute best. And while you're here, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, and free arcade games. WSU students and faculty receive 20% off any service every Thursday. Step into the Pullman Man Shop at 1025 East Main, where style meets good times. Walk-ins only. themanshops.com.
Well, we are back here live from Zeppoz Cougar Basketball Hour with head coach of Washington State University basketball, Kamie Ethridge, as we get ready for the upcoming West Coast Conference Tournament. Again, the Cougars starting on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Again, the tournament starts on Thursday. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, we urge you to get your tickets, make your plans to be in Vegas. Then we'll play Saturday night. They're here with their final scheduled basketball coaches hour tomorrow. We're, of course, here, and then, of course, on Sunday at 2 o'clock, we will be in action. How excited are you this time of season when it gets to postseason? Are you pretty even-keeled, or do you get a little bit more, a little intense as this season?
No, I mean, I don't think anything really changes. Practices get a little shorter. Mm-hmm. I know they're happy about that, and needed. Like, it just you are what you are by now. We can't change too much, but we need great intensity for an hour and 15 or an hour and 30, and lots of shooting and kids need to feel good about their shot. They need to know where they're going to get their shot. So really, it's just it's I don't ever get too high or low. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just look at it like this is the next game and the next part. And you want, at this stage, I think the emotions get involved with senior night and the end of your season, and you want this thing to extend as far as you can possibly extend it. Mm-hmm. And you want these guys to experience postseason, and you want them ultimately to make an NCAA tournament, and you want them to win a game in the NCAA tournament. All the things that this program hasn't done, mm-hmm. we want that for our players. And that's where the emotion comes in, and the wanting to be good and the wanting to be as good as we can possibly be, and the challenge of how hard it is to win 3 games in a row. But you all you can do is get yourself ready, put yourself in a good position, and let your players go out there and have some confidence and play fast and with joy and let it fly.
Absolutely. Got a few quick hitters here since we asked for the questions. Going to make sure we get to them. Obviously, Tara, I think it was 10 flags on International Day that was represented. How do you figure out which international players you want to recruit? What kind of goes through the process, and is it much different when you're going after international players?
Well, again, didn't have Lori, associate head coach, come. She didn't talk this year, so next year we need to get her back up here. And, she's our main international recruiter. She's just unbelievably great at knowing, she played overseas forever and knows every imaginable league, the teams, just so familiar with leagues everywhere internationally. Mm-hmm. And if we get a chance to talk to the players, she can talk the lingo of who was a Euro Cup or isn't Euro Cup or what league you're in. And I mean, just the whole lingo. It's a whole different language, but she can speak that language just like, and that's important because it makes it very obvious that we've been watching. She watches film. She can, and so anyone that we get interested in, we study, we watch, and then ultimately, we try to sneak over there this time of year when we can get overseas, and maybe before April we try to go over and see the top ones that we're looking after. But it's a process. We spend a lot more time on watching film before we ever spend a dime taking a flight over there. By the time we want to go over there and use that money to go overseas, we're pretty convinced we want the kids.
What are a few of your favorite sports memories? I mean, you got a pretty high level when it comes to sports memories. Olympic gold, national championship. What are a few of your sports memories? A few of your favorite ones.
Yeah. Well, I just like, I like winning. Yeah. I like winning.
Can you tell?
I hate losing. I hate losing, maybe more than I like winning. But I won a state championship. My high school team just won a state championship at Monterey, so it's been that long since they won. But they won a state championship. So when you win a state championship, that's a really big deal. In Texas, it's the biggest division. Obviously, a lot like our team, we grew up together. Our team we had like 7 seniors by the time we won a national championship, 34-0 my senior season. So those were my best friends and people that just – everything for your experience and almost the relief of winning, because you were supposed to win the year before. We got upset in a game and then we were the number 1 seed the whole year and obviously undefeated. So That's huge because those are your best friends. International was different back then. We didn't get like now they get together and they stay together and they're on a team together for 3 years, 4 years in a row. It's the same group. It's 10 of them that are exactly the same, and they're like sisters there too. Back then, we literally tried out 2 months before the Olympics, and that was your team. It was crazy that we still could win. But the ultimate is certainly, I think, standing on a podium and watching your flag go up and the anthem go off and you get a gold medal. That's a pretty exclusive club that I'm in, that I've got a gold medal, and not very many people do that. So, selfishly, that is, I think that like Tara talked about, she wants to be on one of those national teams and playing for her country. That's the ultimate, I think, and that's what my family invested in me. My dream became their dream, which is exactly what she spoke about her family. That's what parents do. That's what siblings do. For you to make it where you want to go, everybody buys in and supports you and gets you there, and you just know that when that anthem's going and the flag's going up, that's what you're thinking about, is all the people that got you there. So pretty special there.
Speaking of your past, can you look back and see, I don't know about a first team, but maybe a few of the women's basketball in the 80s, some of the top players that you would have as far as people you really looked up to in the 80s that were high level?
Yeah, I mean, people won't know them, but there were some amazing players. I mean, all the way back to Ann Myers. I didn't play with her, but, Clarissa Davis was a freshman on my national championship team. She ended up hurting her knee, and I think she made an Olympic team, but wasn't quite the player, but she was amazing. Cheryl Miller was, some players. Andrea Lloyd, who was from Moscow. Right here, Moscow. Amazing player, 6'2" player that could be a dominant player in today's game. I don't know that I could compete in today's game just because the game was so different and we didn't have a three-point line. I mean, I would love to try. I would love to have the game that it is now. But Teresa Edwards was amazing. Cynthia Cooper, again, some of the best scoring players that have ever in the United States, has been a 5-time Olympian, Teresa Edwards. So fortunate to just play for some unbelievable coaches and with some great players, and some players that no question would still be some of the very best players in this day and age. Yeah. Even in the midst of, again, that's why Juju can do what she can, is some of those players that came before her. Yeah. And that's why you really respect and admire people that acknowledge that, and Juju does that.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for the questions, not only tonight but all season long. One final break, and then back with the final few minutes with the coach. It's next as we'll wrap up the Cougar Basketball Hour live from Zeppoz on Learfield.
With the WSU debit card from Giesa, it's hard to tell who's supporting who. When Coug fans use their WSU card, they show off their Coug pride, and donations are made back to Cougar Athletics. But the card supports the Coug fan with big savings by helping them grow their money with Smart Plus checking. So, does the card support the Coug fan, or does the Coug fan support the card? It doesn't matter. All that matters is that the WSU card supports Cougar Athletics and your wallet at the same time. Get your WSU card at Giesa.com. Checking account transaction requirements, terms and conditions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is my barbershop. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Welcome to the Pullman Man Shop, Pullman's #1 barbershop, where our seasoned barbers give you precision haircuts, buzz cuts, and straight razor shaves so sharp when we're done, your face will look like the day you were born. While we're working on that dome of yours, enjoy free shuffleboard, free pool, free arcade games, and ATVs. That's right, maggot. You can play while we turn that head of hair into something presentable. We'll fix it. Can't and won't are not words we'll use. The Pullman Man Shop, 1025 East Main. Visit themanshops.com.
Hi, I'm Sada Torres.
And I'm Olivia Sloma. We're student athletes on your Washington State rowing team.
When it comes to real estate, you need a champion on your side. Someone like Krista Gross.
She knows the market, fights for her clients, and always goes the extra mile, just like a true Coug.
Whether you're buying or selling, Krista makes the process smooth, stress-free, and even fun.
Support her because she supports us.
You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K. KristaGross.com.
Go Cougs!
Well, we're back. Final couple minutes of the show here as we wrap up our final scheduled Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge. Couple of quick thank yous since this is our final scheduled show. Want to thank Zeppoz so much for hosting us. You guys have done a great job all season long. Thank our servers. Thank the kitchen. Thank our 3Js. Again, back for another season. Jerry is right here. He's our audio guy. Jared's back in the corner doing the video. Johnny back at the radio station. Obviously, Kamie Ethridge. You folks as well. Thank you so much for this. Has been another blast all season long, Coach. And again, as always, I like to give you the final word here for the Cougar Basketball Hour.
Well, again, I would just say, if not all of you, most of you have been with this program for a lot of years. Thick and thin, right? If not all of you, I think all of you are in the seats pretty much every game. And if you're not, you're giving them away and making sure someone shows up. If not all of you, most of you support us in financial ways and in other ways as well. And just, it is the backbone of our program. And I think someone was asking, does this get old? Is this hard? You must be exhausted. And it really is kind of neat to spend an hour a week. And just this group kind of gives you energy and makes you feel good about your program because you guys love our team and you support it and you are invested and it's your program. And that means everything to women's basketball and our program and just, again, listening to Tara talk about you guys and their experience here, it just means everything to us. So thank you for continuing to show up and be with us and for us. And we want to make you the proudest we can possibly do. And I know we'll always make you proud, but we also want to win for you too. So let's go do something special in Vegas and have another reason why we need to get back together for the banquet or something else and celebrate big times and future times for Washington State women's basketball.
All right, again, going for win number 20 Sunday at 2, 21 and 22 the next couple of days. Let's go get them in Vegas, Coach. Thank you so much. How about the star of the show, ladies and gentlemen, your Cougar Basketball Hour with Kamie Ethridge. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been your Cougar Basketball Hour live from Zeppoz from Learfield.
You've been listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour. Tonight's show has been brought to you by U.S. Bank.